all we had was a bunch of people saying that Trump was a gentleman and he was very nice and, everybody with respect, like, I don't think we would do that story. We just wouldn't do a story. It's definitely not a fluff piece. And mostly it's been anonymous, where we're not sort of at the point of putting people's names on things.
So I got a message the other day from an American Dream Calendar Girl pageant winner from the 1990s. Now, she had gotten a message from a Washington Post reporter named Matt Visor, who was contacting her, trying to get dirt, trying to get information on the relationship between Epstein and Trump. Now, Washington Post Visor alleges in his email to this pageant winner that he wanted to hear from her experiences with President Trump during her time as a pageant girl. Now, she reached out to me wondering what she could do to expose this Washington Post reporter, so she called this Washington Post reporter and recorded the phone call.
Thanks for getting back to me. Yeah, I know it's kind of random and out of the blue, but we've been trying to revisit a period when Trump was involved with the competition. So we'd heard a little bit about Jeffrey Epstein being around at some competitions or parties and stuff like that, and have just been trying to talk to as many people as we could, particularly since it was a long time ago.
And in this phone call, Washington Post reporter Matt Visor says that they won't publish anything if they hear from former pageant girls that Trump treated them well during the pageant, saying flat out, if all we had was people saying Trump was a gentleman, we wouldn't do the story. It's definitely not a fluff piece.
If all we had was a bunch of people saying that Trump was a gentleman and he was very nice and, everybody with respect, like, I don't think we would do that story. We just wouldn't do a story. So, I think we're approaching it in the sense that if we can find out something new that was happening, that Trump was doing back then, that we can kind of expose to people. I think that's where we're headed. And if we can't get that, then I don't know that we have a story. But it's definitely not a fluff piece of, like, I don't know, like Trump the businessman, or Trump the guy who was nice to everybody. That's sort of not where we're heading.
Now, Matt Visor also says in this phone call with the pageant winner, the secretly recorded phone call, that the upcoming Washington Post article on the Trump-Epstein relationship is mostly built on anonymous sources.
So we've talked to a number of people. I don't think we're yet, like, in a position to say, like, here's the headline off of this, because we're still kind of in the mode of trying to hear from people. A lot of those have been, and mostly it's been anonymous, where we're not sort of at the point of putting people's names on things. At the point in the story phase where it's like, okay, here's what the story's going to say. We need to go back to everybody and figure out, like, what they're comfortable with.
We think it's great that people the Washington Post are trying to recruit are coming to us and recording the calls. Not going to tell you what year this pageant winner is from. I'm sure Matt Visor at the Washington Post is not very happy.